Welcome to the CiconePrince.com show starring your man, Cicone Prince. Cicone is an international recognized motivational speaker that focuses on personal development and leadership development. He does this through thought-provoking keynotes, life-changing books, and powerful group coaching sessions. Cicone is a transformational speaker, award-winning author, editor of a globally read online magazine, and conference host. Please welcome your host, Cicone Prince.
Welcome to the CiconePrince.com show. I'm your host, Cicone Prince, and we have started a new season of this phenomenal show, and we have some new segments and some new things that are coming. We currently still have our old set, but we are working on a new one for you so you can get the most out of this dynamic show. In this episode here, we have somebody that's going to help you be the best version of yourself. But listen, I want to make sure that you have all the tools and everything that you need in order to become the best possible version of you. That's why I bring folks to the show that is going to help encourage you and motivate you and give you the tools and tips that you need to do just that. And so with that being said, I want to make sure that you are tuned in every week to the CiconePrince.com show because we have a boatload of information that's going to help you be a better version of yourself. And I'm really excited about the upcoming segment, and I'll talk about that in a second. Well, my question to you is this. What have you done this week to become a better version of yourself? Have you read something? Have you tuned into something? Have you watched a webinar, completed a course online, talked to a mentor or coach? What have you done this week to become a better version of yourself? Because making that investment in yourself is what makes all the difference in the world when it comes to you achieving and reaching your goals. Nobody can stay in the same place and get to where they want to be. They have to have a place, a goal, something that they're shooting after in order for them to get to. And with that being the case, I want to know, what have you done to get yourself closer and closer to your goals? Well, listen, I do have a quick reminder, and this is something that's fresh out the vault, which is going to help you understand the importance of being better than you are right now. Here's something else fresh out the vault. Are you better than you were yesterday? Hi, this is Cicone Prince of CiconePrince.com, where we make motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. And I want to know, are you better than you were yesterday? You know, one of the things I know is constant is change. That means everything around us is always in a state of change. But are we changing as well? Or is our thinking stuck in the past, stuck in yesterday? Have we grown? Have we developed? Have we become better at what we said we want to do? You know, this past weekend I had a chance to give a keynote address at the Now or Never event. And one of the things I can say that I learned while I was up there talking, when I was delivering my message, I realized I've gotten better. I've gotten better at presenting. I've gotten better at keynote. I've gotten better at presenting my message. And that, it really helped me to understand the growth that I've achieved. So what about you? What in your life can you honestly say that you've grown in, that you've gotten better at? Are you better than you were yesterday? Are you more teachable? Are you willing to actually learn from other people? Have you realized that you don't know everything and you need to actually be quiet long enough around somebody else to learn something? Have you gotten better at networking, at connecting with people that can actually help you get to where you want to be? Have you gotten better in your processes, in your systems, with your organization? Are you getting better? Are you better than you were yesterday? Because that's the one true sign of growth. Anytime you see a plant, unless it's a special type of plant that hadn't grown over the years, you find yourself wondering, is something wrong? Maybe it's not getting enough water. Maybe it's not getting enough sunlight. Maybe there's not enough nutrients in the ground. And you really try to fix that in order so that the plant can produce. So what about your life? Are you better than you were yesterday? Have you achieved more? Have you done more? Are you stretching and growing? Or are you just comfortable where you are? And I tell you one thing. I know for myself, I can't stop. I won't stop working on me to become the best possible version of myself. I want to be better than I was yesterday. And I believe you do too. I told you that was going to remind you of the importance of being a better version of yourself. But listen, here at the CiconePrince.com show, we're not just focused on just making you a better version of yourself. We also want to help you to become better even in your finances. And that's why we have a new segment where we're going to be teaching you about real estate and real estate investing. And I have a good friend of mine, Eric Oden. He's going to be providing some nuggets on how you can get involved in real estate. And he's really going to break it down in order for you to see how you can earn wealth or build wealth with real estate. So check out this new segment.
Share some real estate investing tips that I have. I'm inside one of our furnished apartments right now, and I want to talk about the 4 components, the benefits of real estate investing. So hang with me, and let me adjust this camera. So the 4 benefits of rental real estate are how it impacts your income and how it creates wealth. On your income, you have your cash flow and your tax savings. On your wealth side, you've got your debt pay down as you pay down any mortgages or liens on the property, and your appreciation as the property improves in value. So we really want to talk about the wealth side today, which is your equity. How are you going to increase the equity on a property by paying down any debts on it and increasing the value of the property? Because that spread between those 2 numbers is your equity, and equity equals wealth or your net worth. So let me show how that breaks that down. When you buy the property and you come in and let's say $100,000, small little rental home, and over time that debt goes down to 75 and then 50, and then up here as appreciation happens, it's worth 105, 110, 115, etc. And that gap is your equity. And with equity becomes wealth. When you go into the bank or some situation where you need to show what your worth is, you're going to be able to say, well, I have $35,000 in equity in this property. It's worth 120 and I owe 80. I hope that math was right. Anyway, you can see my point. Now, at times, here's the risk that people talk about in real estate. There might be a down market, like we saw in 2008. But if you can hold on to the property, we all know what property has done since then. But during this period, you have less equity, but it may not have impacted any of your income. Also, you may have reduced equity if you take a loan against the property. And you may take some money out. Let's say you take out $50,000 to buy another rental property. But having this equity is what enabled you to borrow that money. See how that works? Now, what you'll find aggressive real estate investors do is they'll use a value add strategy where they'll buy a property at 70, force the value up to 100, and shorten their timeline to get that gap to increase their equity. So what does that do for them? They just bought a building for 70, increased the value to 100, and immediately accelerated that $30,000 equity stake they have in it. And improvements could be fixer-uppers, or improvements could be just better landlording and property management. So everyone has a strategy, and you have to find the one that works for you and your market. So my goal with all this is to show you what I've learned, what I'm keep learning about, and how to help you get started, get ahead, and find out what works for you. I enjoy the process of this. I love making houses, buildings, neighborhoods better than I found them, and finding that undiscovered diamond in the rough. So whatever I can do to help you continue yours, I'm Eric Oden, and Let's go build some wealth together.
What I bring to the table is true, raw, and real. I'm open about my losses, and I celebrate my wins.
You have to act as if you're already in possession of what you want before you can get it. You have to see yourself already successful before you're successful.
Without failures, we sometimes don't even know what those failures are keeping us from.
A changed mindset that they can focus on themselves, not worried about what everybody else thinks, and get on the right path to become happy.
Welcome back. Man, today I want to introduce you to somebody who I know is consistent on promoting being a better version of yourself. Her name is Brenda Ringwood, but I'm going to let her fill in the blanks as to what it is she does. Brenda, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Brenda Ringwood. Thank you, Cicone, for having me. It's a privilege to be on here. I go by Bren. It's my nickname, short for Brenda. My mother's name is Brenda, so I got called Bren. So I go by that now.
Okay.
And, you know, we all have struggles in our life. And I made some really bad decisions that landed me in a place that I'll talk about a little bit later, but very dark and very lonely. And I had to search for myself, who I was and what I wanted out of life. And now I like to get others to do the same thing because we all have issues. We all have problems and we can always strive to be better. So first I had to focus on me, see exactly what was going on. Why wasn't I happy? Why was I doing the things I was doing? Why was I trying to please others and not myself or my family? And why I needed to change. And that's what I did. I changed.
Well, listen, I know that even doing that, even going through that process, it really made you focus on yourself and how you could be a better version of yourself. So go a little bit more in depth as to some of the things you've done to develop yourself personally.
Well, I've done a lot of reading. The first book that I always pick up is the Bible because it is an instruction manual on how we're supposed to live our life. Not only is it the word of God, it is what we're supposed to do. And I wasn't living that way. I was doing things that was the complete opposite of what the Bible tells us to do. So I had to refocus where I wanted to be in life. And then was I aligning that with what God's will was for my life? And then was I doing it to fulfill a purpose? So I had to really look and see, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? And to be the best person that I could be, I owed that to my family. Right. I owed it to myself. Right. So I decided that I needed to change. And man, it was a long drawn out process because when you focus on negativity and the lies that you tell yourself, the fear, stepping out to do other things, people just don't want to do it. Or you're insecure, you have doubt, you just stay back in a corner and you get comfortable with how your life is and you never do anything to improve. And that's a miserable way to live. And that's where I was. And not only was I in that corner, I was also being pushed in the corner because of some of my decisions that I made. And the only way I was going to come out of that corner was to decide to take action and to change myself, starting from the inside out. Right. So that's kind of what I did. And that whole change, you have to want it. Yeah. You have to really want it, because when we want something, what do? We find a way to get it. And that's what I did. Found a way to get it.
That is so, so true. We definitely will find a way. You know, one of the things that I keep telling people all the time is that the best thing you can do for everybody around you is to understand who you are and what you bring to the table.
Yes.
And then in doing that, in making that declaration, in making that your life's mission, you'll show up and be a better version of yourself. It's not about perfection, it's about progress.
Absolutely.
Are you better than you were yesterday? But then once you've actually done that, the next logical step is to help others. So my next question to you is this: how have you taken the stuff that you've learned in bettering yourself? How have you taken that and used that to help develop other people?
Well, first off, I had to show that I was changed. And the only way to do that is to go back and make amends with people that you have wronged and to try to show them that the change is real. And time will tell that. So, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to change, and then tomorrow go out and try to help others do it. You have to live it first.
Right.
And I had to earn back trust. I had to earn back credibility. I had to really show through my actions that I had changed.
Right.
And it's possible. So I decided, you can help others do the same thing that you're doing. So what I do now is I am an advocate for the incarcerated and for people or their families, people who have been through the prison system or people who just want to change. I like to help focus on that because I believe that if you are going to change, that you deserve that second chance if you're truly ready for that. So I do a lot of promoting with that, but then I also do these events to show people how to change. Make them recognize that they have a value, they have a worth, they can achieve those dreams, but they have to want to do it. And that first step is possibly taking some classes, attending an event like the Becoming the Best You event, Overcoming Challenges, hearing what all these other speakers have to say. And I group myself with other people that I can learn from, that are part of my circle, that they can inspire me, that I can grow with them. And then I get better myself. I find myself running with better people, making better decisions. So not only while you're helping others, you can also help yourself to continue to grow daily. And so I focus on that. I focus on positivity. I focus on what would I do in the situation. And I try to help others to see that. And part of the events that we do, we have workshops. We try to bring out people who have been through challenges, who have been through loss, who have been through financial ruin, loss of death of a family member, loss of a business, loss of a job, anything that touches where you might have a trigger that's going to cause you to fall. And we show you how to rebuild from that. Not only that, you might have a dream and you think, I can't do that. There's no way I could do that. I don't have enough money. I don't have the education. My husband won't let that happen. My dad, what will he say? And we show people, it's your life. Step out and do it if that's what you want to do. And along with that comes the personal growth, because hopefully you're going to take those classes or those workshops, read those books that are going to help you do that.
Right. Well, now I know that you mentioned this event coming up. Don't you have something virtual coming up?
Man, do we. November 5th through the 7th, we have a virtual sneak peek at the Becoming the Best You event. It is going to be it's still 3 days. It's a full weekend, but the speakers, it's a shortened subject line for them. Instead of speaking for about 45 minutes, they're going to speak about 20. But we still have workshops. We even have entertainment, a comedian show, songs, games, things that we are going to you're just going to like what you've signed on to view, because there's something for everybody. We even have a guy who transformed his body physically, and he's going to teach a workshop on health and fitness, because let's face it, when we don't feel healthy, what happens? We feel miserable. We keep shoving in that bad food. We keep wanting to take those naps, sleep all day. When you don't look good, you don't feel good. So he's going to teach us how to change not only how we think about our body, but how to transform the actual shape of your body.
Okay, so now how would somebody that wanted to find out about this event, how could they tune in? How could they get their tickets? Could they do to see this virtual event?
Well, you can go to comechangeyourlife.com. That's the website. There is a free Friday night sneak peek. that you can, no obligation, no credit card needed, that you can just sign on, get your little code. And then if you like what you see, you can pay for Saturday and Sunday. It's only $59 right now. But here's the thing. Why wait? Why not invest in yourself? $59. I'm telling you, what you guys are going to learn and see and hear is well worth $2,900. You know, it's something that you're going to take home with you. It's going to touch your heart. It's going to inspire you, and it's going to want you. You are going to want to move forward, to change, to become happier, to maybe start that own business or go after that different job. And even if you're happy where you are with your work, maybe you want to become a better spouse, a better mom, better dad, better friend, a better child. Right. There's so many things that you can be better at. It's not about work. It's about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that there are a lot of people out there that want to better their life. And I know this is a great opportunity for them to do just that. So listen, if you haven't done so already, you can go check out the website. We're going to put it on the screen to make sure that you know exactly where to go to attend this life-changing event. And listen, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
The wait is finally over for Cicone's most anticipated book of the year, Leadership That Lasts, passing on 10 solid principles to ensure an enduring legacy. Powerful, effective, impactful, dynamic, phenomenal, transformative, life-changing. Available now in Amazon. Order yours today.
Daytime television is about to be turned on its head by the CiconePrince.com show. The show focuses on personal development and leadership development, with one-of-a-kind segments, engaging guests, and information to help you be a better version of yourself. Tune in every Wednesday to the CiconePrince.com show.
Please welcome your host, Cicone Prince.
Man, what an incredible interview with Brenda Ringwood and how she shows you how you can come change your life. I'm blessed to be able to actually say that I'm speaking at the event virtually in November, but I'm also going to be at the live event in February. You want to check that out. But listen, all of this show reminds me of my last word, which comes from James chapter 1, verses 22 through 25. And the word of the Lord reads, "Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For when he beholdeth himself, he goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he is. But whosoever looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the works, this man shall be blessed in his deeds." You know, as I consider all of the things that I've done over the years, one of the things that really stuck out to me was how consistent I've been in what I do. And that consistency has definitely it's built my confidence. And I told somebody the other day, I wouldn't have said yes to the show if I didn't believe that I could do it. But I did that based on my confidence. My confidence was based on my consistency, but my consistency was based on my commitment to make the world a better place. But that commitment started with me, making me a better version of myself. And so even as the word says about us not being forgetful of the things that we've learned and actually continuing in those and actually making a difference in this world. Because like Miles Monroe said, that the tree doesn't consume the fruit. The fruit isn't for the tree. Your gift, your abilities, and your talents are not just for you, but they're for the world. But you have to better yourself and then offer yourself to the world. So I want to encourage you to do just that. And listen, if this show has been a blessing to you, what I want you to do, you can contribute to the show by using our Cash App, which is shown on the screen right here. And some say, well, Cicone, I don't do Cash App. Well, here's our PayPal. There are plenty of opportunities for you to help keep this show on the air and help keep us bringing these wonderful and incredible people to actually make your life better even today. And listen, we asked you to tell somebody about this particular show and tune in next week to the CiconePrince.com show, but we'll have another incredible guest just for you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.